Alright, gonna work on this little Maytag today. I think I'm gonna take the head off and find out why it's tough time turning. I haven't looked inside it yet, but the spark plug was loose. You know, it was just hand tight in here. And from the looks of the rust on there, chances are this thing might have been underwater. But then, if it was underwater, I think there would have been this would have been dirtier over here. So I could be wrong. You know, and this plug, that's another possibility too. This plug could have just been laying on the ground somewhere, and moisture might have gotten in through the top and everything. But chances are it's probably just a little goop, a little rust, a little stuff like that. Nothing major. But anyway, we'll take that off and see what goes. I've been looking at this engine, and it appears to be in pretty decent shape. You know, as far as everything being tight and everything, you know, there's really nothing loose. And you see all the seams and everything. It's not like, and the nuts are all nice and crisp. So it's, I don't think it's ever been taken apart or hacked up. And even the carburetor here, I don't know if that helps. Yeah, it looks like it helps. If you look at the screws on here, on these carburetors, these screws had, I think they were lead washers. I'm not sure. And this one here, you can see a little bit of it sticking out. Sorry about that, I was looking myself. But anyway, and they're still good. I mean, they're not good, but I mean, they're original. The outside of them seem to be rotted away, but you usually don't see that. And it looks like the screw on the bottom is loose. I don't know why, but and it don't look like it might have been used much, because a lot of time these older ones, you see all this crud and everything, you think it's dirt, but I think a lot of it's soap. But it appears to be pretty decent. Like I say, all the nuts on here are crisp. That means a lot. You know, I was looking at this, I was trying to figure out what year it was, and they usually have a number. Let me turn the light out here. That don't help you here. But on the flywheel, it's usually stamped, and it's odd that this one doesn't have a number stamped on it anywhere. So I don't know exactly what year it is. But before we get into this, I want to mention one of my subscribers left a comment there, Steve Skoosen, and he said, you know, because we banged on the nut here with a hammer, and the original nut on here is a castellated nut, castle nut or castellated, I don't know what you want to call it, but he mentioned that we should have turned it upside down, you know, so your strong threads would have been on the top, which makes a lot of sense. And if you had another nut, which is common, because that's only a 5/8 fine thread, you know, so it'd be a 5/8 18, I think. I'm not sure, but anyway, I got plenty of these nuts laying around, and he mentioned that should have used a regular nut on there, and he's correct. So I want to thank him for pointing that out. You know, I've been working on so many Briggs and everything else. I haven't worked on one of these in years, and we're just concentrating on getting the flywheel off. We weren't even paying attention to what kind of nut it was, and even though we took the cotter pin out and everything, we just, you know, you're always looking a step forward. You know, you're forgetting what you're actually doing. But that's some good advice there, Steve. Thanks. But then getting back to the flywheel and those serial numbers on this and everything like that, there was another subscriber. He left a comment, and he was mentioning he had a bunch of, not a bunch, but maybe 2 or 3 Maytags, and he was commenting on how nice this engine was, and nice and complete and stuff. And he was mentioning what it was missing, you know, and he said, you know, it's just missing the tag and the kill switch and the thing to shut it off with. And he mentioned it's missing an air filter. You know, he said missing a muffler too, but they're all missing mufflers. But then he said it was missing an air filter here, and I mentioned to him that a lot of them don't have air filters, you know, they just got a screen in there. And then he researched it and found out that the earlier ones came like this with the screen. I think he said pre-1930. So we know it's before 1930. Another way to tell is I think the markings like this here, sometimes they came with different kick pedals, and even this little slide trigger here, you know, for engaging it. A lot of the Maytag guys that are really into this stuff could probably tell you almost exactly what year this is, but at least we know it's probably a 29 or a 30. Also, I think this might be a deep tank. I'm not sure. That tank down there is it's pretty high, and I haven't worked on these in a while, so I can't remember. And I know I have another long base, just the base out in the shed, but I think they were a little shallower. I think when you sat them down flat, because these actually mount in a washing machine, but when you had them out like this and mount them flat, I think the bottom of this would actually be down below this, so you couldn't sit it flat. But this one here actually sits flat, so I could be wrong. Somebody correct me. I could be wrong, but I think that might be a deep base. But anyway, oh yeah, the guy that mentioned about the air cleaner and stuff like that, I think his name was AC Guy, 1948. So let me throw you up on a tripod, and maybe we'll start removing some of the stuff like the head, see what's going on in there. Yeah, the AC guy, he mentioned all the stuff that I was missing, and I told him, I said, I think I got most of the stuff that's missing in stock. You know? So I just went over there and grabbed this off the shelf. It was sitting there for a while. I used to work on these a lot, and actually I think I got 2 or 3 sets of gaskets and stuff like that. Let's see what we got here. These are the rings. These are the rings and the screens, but this one has a good one. And it was missing this. This here goes on the back. I don't know if you can see that. And then you got the kill switch here. Kill switch actually hooks into that, and then hooks onto this thing here. There's a little hole in here. Actually, I got it on the wrong side here, but I'm gonna leave it here just for fun, just to make it easy. And then you pull that. I don't know if you can see that, but that just grounds out your spark plug, and that shuts it off. So that's your kill switch. I don't know how well you guys can see that, because I don't have you zoomed in or anything, but anyway, like I said, I had all this stuff. I might as well use it, right? I got 2 kill switches. Although I think I might keep the original. The original was it's a little stiffer. What the hell you got in here now? Well, this is a gasket set. So I got 3 carburetor gasket sets. I got three gasket sets here for a 92. So that's good. And then, I don't know what we got in here. I think it's another gasket set. Yeah. Another gasket set. These might be, yeah, these are for 72s. Just another gasket set. Like I said, I think that one's for 72. So I have to look. I think I might have a decal set for this too, but I'll look for that. And these are pins. I think these might go to 72. Like I say, it's been a long time since I worked on one of these bitches. So let me put this away and we'll take the head off. I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. Alright. Another thing that makes me think this hasn't had much use is this looks like the original spark plug wire here. You know, they weren't made of rubber, they were made of cloth, you know, with a real light rubber coating on it, and you could actually see the ribs and stuff in it. So I think I'm going to try and save that. And also this spring. Usually these springs are bent or broke or missing, and this one's in perfect shape. So we're trying to save that too. Okay. Yeah, it looks like this is the first time these bolts have ever had a wrench on them. So let's see what it goes. See how it goes. Look at that. Let me get a tray to put some of this stuff in. Okay, that's a good sign. Plenty of lubrication up there. All right, what'd you do with your wrench? See, now they're not on very tight, but tight enough so they didn't move. See, one nut down there, I might have a little trouble getting to it. Might have to take the backing plate off, but I didn't want to do that because I wanted to check the coil. I guess it's easy enough to put back on, huh? I should be able to get to it. Yeah, I can get to it. No worries, mate. Let's take the plug out right. We don't need that. Look at me, two hands working both at once. Okay, that's it. We're unbolted. Grab the exhaust and yank on a little bit. Whoa, look at that. Huh. Okay. Pretty tight. I thought that fuzzy stuff was I thought that was like glue or something, but it's not. It's actually asbestos gasket. Okay. Let me get a plastic hammer so I can tap on that. Okay. It's actually coming out pretty easy. Doesn't need that. Okay. Huh. Actually, I don't see what why it was so tough. Maybe just because it's gummy. Huh. Interesting. There's a top and the bottom of these pistons. You see a little cup? The little cup goes towards the top, towards the spark plug. Let me get a flashlight. Let's look inside there. Alright. The piston and the rings look pretty good. I mean, they're not stuck. I mean, they're kind of gloppy. They're glopped in place there. They look original. And don't look like much wear on them. I think some of these older engines, they had so many different kind of variations, you know, with the rings. You know, some had 2 rings, some had 3 rings, some had oil rings, you know, with the slots in them and stuff. But that's what we got there. Now, the cylinder looks good. Let me give you some light here. There isn't any scoring or anything. On this side, if you look down there, it probably looks a lot worse on camera, but up close it don't look bad at all. That there looks more like salt crystalline and stuff like that than rust. But on this side, we do have a little bit of rust. But I don't think it. I think it'll hone out, and I think that cylinder will be good. Like I said, there's no scoring in it at all, so I think we'll be okay. I think maybe now I'll just take off some of the gingerbread, you know, the clutch cover here and a few other things. Maybe the exhaust pipe here and the carburetor, and get some of the stuff out of the way, and then we'll see if we get a spark out of that magneto. Alright, I'm going to try and take the exhaust off of here. There we go. It actually sounded harder than it was. There we go. 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 There we See, these Maytag didn't use lock washers or anything. They just bolted stuff up. So none of this stuff is tight. And an exhaust pipe here probably don't even have a gasket. We'll see. I don't remember. Yeah, it does. It's got a gasket. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I think. Yeah, that might be copper. Copper on both sides. I've never seen that. Chances are, that's probably original. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Okay. I'm gonna try and take his kill switch off. I'm gonna have to put it in a vise. You don't have to see that. Sometimes these are pretty tough. So see what happens there. Alright, I got yours in a vise, and I said these things usually give you a tough time, but this one here is actually moving pretty good. I haven't even put a screwdriver on there yet. We're trying to stay out of your way. Yeah. Look at this. That's screwing right out. So it really makes me think this thing didn't have much use at all. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy stuff there, kids. Okay, so that was no problem. Alright, so that the head's all stripped. And I must say, I'm surprised how good a condition this is in. Alright. Alright. I'm going to just take this clutch cover off here. Oh, there you go. I started grabbing that like I was going to have trouble on it. Just unscrewed. Okay. I think on the newer ones, they actually had an oil squirter in here. You know, where you oil it up. So that there tells me that this is an older engine. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, this that crank is spinning really good, really easy. So sounds like it needs a little lubrication there. Oh yeah, them taper pins did come here. The taper pins that I showed you earlier do belong with a 92. They actually hold this counterweight on, or a clutch tooth, whatever they call it. Okay. Alright, I don't know how long this video is, but I think we'll call it a video for now, so enough of this.